I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on the mayor, our host this evening, if you will, the mayor of the city of Niagara Falls, where the awards banquet is being held this evening, His Worship Mr. Jim Diodati, to bring some greetings this evening.
Here in Niagara Falls, we welcome 12 million guests every year. And it's a pleasure to roll the red carpet. We want to thank the Ontario Soccer Association for choosing Niagara Falls to have this year's event. So thank you from the city of Niagara Falls. We're grateful. You know, you're here during a timely visit right now as we're celebrating a very interesting milestone. Some of you may not be aware, but 200 years ago, we were at war. This very land that you are on right now was under siege. And not far from here is the bloodiest battle ever fought on Canadian soil, the Battle of Lundy's Lane. And what we celebrate now, 200 years later, is not a war. We celebrate 200 years of peace with our friends to the south of the world's largest unmilitarized border. So you're here during a very special time. And if you do have an opportunity, take in a little bit of the cultural and historical tourism. On behalf of the city of Niagara Falls, we're very grateful that you choose our city to visit and to stay, and we hope that you'll come early, you'll stay long, and return often, and have great memories of your visit. So on behalf of the city, we want to say thank you, and have a great event.
Now, the Ontario Soccer Association would also like to thank the Niagara Soccer Association and also acknowledge the tremendous support that they have provided, including many volunteers who have donated their time to be here this weekend and help out. So at this point, Ron Smale, the president of the OSA, would like to present the District Association with a small token of our appreciation. I would like to call on Mr. Jim Smith, the president of the Niagara Soccer Association, to accept the award on behalf of the district, presented by the president of the OSA, Mr. Ron Smale. Now, the next meritorious award winner is nominated by Durham Region Soccer Association. This person took to playing soccer at a young age and would later move to coaching, first in London and then in Oshawa, where his work in the community began to accelerate. In Oshawa, he joined the Neighborhood Association Sports Committee, where he was an all-star coach for 15 years and a governor for 20 years. He also assisted in organizing the Durham Open Ladies Soccer League and coached in the league for 10 years. Please join me in welcoming Al McDowell to the center circle. Congratulations, Al. In 1997, he started as the district referee coordinator for Elgin Middlesex Soccer Association. That's a position he held for 13 years. He was president of the London Referees Association, and in 2006 he started the EMSA Referees Association. He was also a referee supervisor for the Canadian Soccer League. Let's welcome Billy McCallum to the center circle. When Tony immigrated to Canada in 1982, his experience and ranking were not recognized by the OSA. But he was not discouraged. He started from scratch and flew through the ranks, achieving a level 1 status in 1984, just 2 years later. He used his expertise to become an OSA certified instructor, sharing his knowledge of the game with up-and-coming referees. Tony was a founding member of the North Peel Soccer Referees Association and served as an executive member for many years. He has also served as a member of the Peel-Halton Soccer Association Strategic Planning Committee, as well as the PHSA Referee Development Committee. Let's call on Tony Mouton to join the center circle. Tony. 2005 and the Town of Richmond Hill Volunteer Achievement Award in 2010. In 2013, that's this year, of course, Rick became the York Region Soccer Referees Association Registrar, also involved with the York Region Soccer Association Mentor Program. Today, he still works for the Richmond Hill Soccer Club and is also a district referee instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rick Singh to the Central Treasurer. In the 1980s, he was also director of both the Club Heidelberg Soccer Club and Club Roma. In 1997, he progressed to the district level as director of the Niagara Soccer Association. In 2000, he would become vice president of the NSA, and in 2003, he became president of the district association. Today, he still serves as president of both the Peninsula Soccer League and the Niagara SA. Please join me in acknowledging Jim Smith, the Ontario Soccer Association Central Treasurer. In 1990, he began as an administrator with the Hamilton Sparta Soccer Club and has been there ever since. He has held the titles of Director, Treasurer, Vice President, and President of the club. Recognizing the path youth soccer is taking in Ontario with the LTBD directive, John has played a pivotal role in strengthening the soccer landscape in Hamilton by engaging other local clubs on the future of the game in their city. Today, he is still coaching and is currently the president of the Hamilton Sparta Soccer Club. Ladies and gentlemen, John Valdesori joins the center circle. Now, I'm told John is unable to be here tonight, but David Edstrom from Hamilton Sparta will accept the award on his behalf. And well known to coaches and club administrators in the district, began at the club level as the director of girls soccer for the Erin Mills Soccer Club in 1993, and then moved on to the Mississauga Soccer Club in 1996. In 1998, she became the district administrator for the Peel Halton Soccer Association. Outside of the time she spends with various events for the PHSA, she has frequently volunteered with the OSA for the Ontario Cup and the Soccer Hall of Fame induction banquet. For the CSA, she has volunteered at several national club championships, as well as Canadian national team games played at BMO Field. Today, she still works for the PHSA as the district administrator and actively volunteers her time at a variety of events. Linda Blofield will join the prestigious list of Central Treasurer Award winners this evening. He immigrated to Canada from Greece in 1968 and quickly found himself playing for and managing the Hellas Greek soccer team. In 1976, he moved on to the London and District Soccer Association, where he held various titles such as publicity, referee coordinator, discipline, and registrar. In 1987, he was elected as registrar of Elgin Middlesex Soccer Association, a position that he still holds to this day. Throughout his time at the district level, he has acted as the District Ontario Cup coordinator for AMSA and continues to be involved with its discipline committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Gus Katsarambas to the center circle tonight. The new Canadian resident, he quickly got involved in his local community with the Woodstock Minor Soccer Club. Over the years, he held the positions of youth coach, secretary, treasurer, and president of the club. One of his most tangible accomplishments was the significant role he played in the creation of Cowan Park. In 2008, his own community paid tribute to his service as he was inducted into the Woodstock Hall of Fame as a builder of sports. Today, he holds the position of secretary-treasurer at the Elgin Middlesex Soccer Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Phil Hinchley to the center circle. Nominated by the York Region Soccer Association, the next Meritorious Service Award is being presented to an individual for his exceptional contribution to youth soccer development in Ontario. In the early 80s, he moved from playing to coaching at the club level for the Burlington Youth Soccer Club. In 1985, he was a district coach, and in 1986, he began a 17-year stretch as a provincial coach for the OSA. In In 1996, he became the technical director at the Richmond Hill Soccer Club. Over the years, he improved his coaching credentials, and today he holds a National B license certification. He's currently a learning facilitator for the OSA while maintaining his TD duties at the Richmond Hill Soccer Club. Please join me in acknowledging Bob Monroe. And the next Meritorious Service Award goes to an individual nominated by the OSA Referee Development Committee. He refereed his first soccer match in 1956. Yeah. I was a little guy, a lot of people here weren't even born. And he's been involved in officiating both on and off the pitch ever since. He worked his way up to the ranks and was promoted to the national list in 1994. Phil's expertise as an official led him to becoming an assessor, where he was also promoted to the national list in 1999. On multiple occasions, he was chosen as the CSA Chief of Officials for the National Club Championships. As an instructor, he has been instrumental in the development of referees across Ontario. He currently sits on the OSA Assessor Advisory Committee and has recently been reappointed as Chair of the OSA Instructor Advisory Committee. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Philip Moore to join the Secretary.
I realise that this is a little bit unusual. However, I think it would be wrong of me just to walk off the stage right now, because I believe that this belongs to a whole bunch of people, some of whom are in this room, most are not, and sadly, some are no longer with us. But over the last 30-odd years, many of you have helped me accomplish what I've tried to do. Whether it's through mentoring, instructing, assessing me when I was refereeing, coaching me. Yes, even referees can be coached. All of you deserve a piece of this. But none of that could have been accomplished. Nothing would have been started, and I certainly wouldn't be standing here if it hadn't been for the unquestioning support of my wonderful wife, Sylvia. Thank you.
Our final Centre Circle Award of the evening, nominated by the Hamilton and District Soccer Association, is presented to someone who has contributed greatly to soccer in the District Association just west of here. He'll receive the Meritorious Service Award for over 30 years of dedicated service in soccer administration in Ontario. After several years as a player, coach, and manager, he was made president of the Flamborough Soccer Club in 1982. In 1987, he moved on to the district level at the Hamilton District Soccer Association. At HDSA, Alex held the positions of director, discipline chair, vice president, and president. He sat on several committees and was the HDSA representative to the OSA Board of Directors from 1996 to 2013. Let's welcome Mr. Al Carafiello to the Centre Circle. Now, our final award of the evening is the President's Award. So I would like to ask Ron Smale to come up and make this presentation. There are probably very few people in this room tonight who have not received a fax or an email from this man sometime over the past 25 years. His name's not up there yet. He'll receive the President's Award for the outstanding contribution he has made to the sport of soccer throughout his career. Prior to joining the Ontario Soccer Association 26 years ago, he already had an extensive soccer administration background, from organizing the local soccer leagues in his Ottawa community in 1958, 55 years ago. He went on to serve as club secretary for 3 Ottawa clubs in the 60s and 70s, served as secretary of the Ottawa and District Soccer Association and vice president of the Ottawa and District Minor Soccer Association. He was also a soccer columnist for the Ottawa Journal and author of numerous soccer magazine articles. He was the first secretary of the EODSA. He attended his first OSA AGM in 1971, and tomorrow he will be attending his 33rd OSA AGM. He's been involved at all levels of the game, including clubs, leagues, district associations, tournaments, provincial, national, and international events, and touring professional teams. Is there anything he hasn't done? He was a player for 54 years, a referee for 34 years, and a coach for 18 years. He was on the organizing committee for 3 CONCACAF championships, including his role as chair of the 1974 Under-20 Men's Championships group in Ottawa. He also worked at the 1995 Olympic qualifying tournament in Edmonton. As a professional sport administrator, he began his 40-year career in 1973 with the City of Ottawa, which was followed by the Sports Federation of Canada, various short-term projects with the Canadian Soccer Association, a 9-year stint as Soccer Nova Scotia Executive Director, and finally the OSA. His involvement at the OSA includes launching and administering the non-club academy program, extensive league management work, including province-wide pyramid for play and discretion groups, district association organizational development projects, including strategic plans, player development plans, researching regarding district capacity, facilitating workshops, OSA office management, Ontario Cup, national championships, the OSA's annual meeting, board meetings, conference planning, subject matter expert for IT development, and is generally regarded as the OSA expert on published rules and administrative processes, as well as being an OSA historian. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Henderson.
Thank you very much. It's very touching. I said earlier, probably the toughest thing I've ever done. I was given a choice tonight to either do some freestyle soccer or to make a speech. I chose freestyle soccer, but I was overruled by my colleagues. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Ron Smale. Call him the Energizer Bunny for recognizing me tonight for the reception. I want to thank my family at tables 5 and 12. I can't see it. Also, I want to thank this table over here. Again, I don't have my glasses on, but this table over here, I'm pointing at you guys, all the life members, have done so much for this organization. Thank you. You got it wrong. Nobody can take instructions. I'm hoping the rest of the room can catch on. England. Scotland. The Canadian national women's team. It's been a wonderful 55 years. Phil, thank you, Phil, for reminding me. In addition, the most important person in my family, my kids are all here, and my in-laws, 2 tables. All the grandkids are upstairs. We were going to bring them down, but it would have postponed my retirement by an extra year to pay for the tickets. So I want to thank them all. I want to thank Marie, my beautiful wife. What a supportive family. This has been a wonderful 55 years, but you know what? Phil superseded me because I started in 58, Phil started in 56. So he beat me by 2 years. And I noticed Phil started refereeing 56. It took him 38 years to make the national list. And I retired after 34 years. I didn't realize I had waited there 4 years ago. But anyway, I've grown up with football in this country, and I say football because when I started, it was called football actually. It was the Banquet of Canada Football Association. In 1958, it changed its name to the Canadian Soccer Football Association, which is the year I organized my first league at 12 years old. It was an under 12 league, and we kept scores and standings. And I was a member of LTPD Anonymous. Hello, my name is Bruce Henderson, and I keep scores and standings. I did write my first speech. I changed. I decided to go humorous because the first speech was too serious. I wanted to capture everything that happened in Canada while I was involved. And a lot has happened in Canada. And I was going to do the Forrest Gump thing, and I even had slides prepared. With the 76 Olympic team, he's standing with the 76 Olympic team beside the captain, Jimmy Douglas, the same captain. The 86 World Cup team, I was in the picture. Everybody knows Forrest Gump, or there's too many young people here. The 2012 Women's World Cup team. In my own house, Christine. And he was even going to go in the future with my slide, the 2015 TFC press conference, announcing their 12th coach in 15 years. That first league, I want to say something about the first league. Alex paid me to say this, but it is about soccer for life. We organized the league. I was the main organizer. The rest of the kids just followed me, but there were no adults involved, and it was all about us. And we did what we wanted. We didn't have real goals. We had sticks in the ground. We had fun, and this went through our teen years. And it was about soccer for life. Every one of those guys developed a passion for the game, and they're still involved as coaches, referees, administrators. Some of them are still playing at 68. It was holistic because we went everywhere, and I want you to know that Sylvie Beliveau and Alex Kiet have done the research on our 1958 league, and our best practices are now shared in LTPD. I feel a bit embarrassed because the Center Circle Award winners, so deserving, and only Phil stepped up. Thank you, Phil. And but the people that won the award this year, I counted. I went in the program. I actually counted the years they were involved, and I counted 510 years. Wow. That's half a millennium of experience in the Center Circle Award. Kevin Mike came to visit me a couple weeks ago, and while he was waiting for me, everybody's always waiting for me, and Kevin said, Bruce, I was reading the plaque on the wall, all the Center Circle Award winners. There's a plaque on the wall in the OSA office, all the previous winners, going back 25 years? Oh, not sure, 26. And Kevin said, Bruce, that's the history of soccer in Ontario. How right he was. It's unbelievable. All these people have contributed so much to the game. And next week, or 2 weeks from now, all the names tonight will be added to that list.
You too.
So, it's, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank volunteers, because the game was built on volunteers. We wouldn't be here today without volunteers. I I want to thank the sport administrators because I get paid to do what I do, and a lot of other people do, but even though I get paid, they're dedicated, they're committed, they put in extra hours, like Linda Blofield, who came up here today. There's so many of them. And I would be remiss if I did not recognize the district administrator of the Niagara Soccer Association, Mary Dunleavy, almost 30 years. I don't want to name anybody. I accidentally named Alex with Sylvie, but it was really about Sylvie. But I do want to name 3 people. And I don't like naming people, but as one member, one of these 3 said to me once, "We are your family. This is my family." The OSA staff, the whole OSA, and the 3 people are Tom Wilkinson, Robin McComb, who by the way, I hired, and you're welcome. They've gone on to do such a wonderful job. And there's probably other people I hired, and Steve tonight said something about how I inspired them. It really touched me. And it's, there were people who inspired me. I'm glad I'm inspiring a few people. And as I told Ryan Tuskay yesterday, Ryan, you're going to get this award in 2050. But I am a weathered veteran. I'm tired. I'm a survivor. And I mentioned a couple of people last night, I've survived 125 OSA board meetings.
Nothing like the last one.
There's 33 AGMs, as Jerry said, and as I'm coming down the end of my career, I had 2 objectives. I'm going to achieve one. I'm not going to achieve the other. I wanted to be the oldest person ever to work for the OSA, and in 2 weeks I turned 67, and I will pass Geraldine, Sandquist, and Jimmy Canada. I'm number 1. My other objective was to be the longest serving member of the OSA. And I think I'm number 2 now. There's no way I'm ever going to catch Jerry Jennings. Jerry won this award 2 years ago. She's the older sister of the OSA staff. Notice I didn't say mother. Older sister. And I owe so much to her. And she's 10 years younger than me. There's no way I'm ever going to catch her. She's 2 years ahead. So I yield to Jerry. So I want to thank everybody for the recognition. It's really touching. I feel much better now. I was scared, really scared walking up, but I feel better. I don't usually talk, as most people know. Anyway, I'm a bit worried because last year Dan Berger won this award, and he made Craig Forrest a straight man for all his jokes. And as we all realize, Craig's not here this year. And so I didn't mention Jerry. So we still have an MC next year. Anyway, thank you very much.
Fantastic evening, so congratulations to all the recipients and award winners. I think Phil and Bruce hit the nail on the head. Sometimes we forget about the support mechanisms that are behind us all. So to all the wives, the families, the friends, the partners, and all the great relationships we have in this meeting, let's everyone put our hands together to thank all of our opportunity to thank the hotel staff. The hotel staff did a great job this evening for putting that together. To the leadership of Robin Nicole, our manager of the events and competitions, I want to extend my thanks to Robin and all the staff. Could I have the staff stand for the announcement? So I also have the Niagara Soccer Association Board of Directors, staff, and all the members and volunteers of Niagara. Please stand for recognition for the great hosting of hockey tournaments here in Niagara. To Jerry Dodson and his wife Nancy, I would like to say thank you, Jerry. Jerry has been and continues to be a great promoter and leader within Canada. He is a great Canadian, recently inducted into the Hall of Fame with the Brian Budd Award. We are blessed to have people like Jerry Dodson who continue to lead and take this game forward. Thank you.